Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and today we are gonna have a look at the top 10 transfers in the Bundesliga. In my opinion, I think these are the players that are gonna have a great impact at their new clubs, and I think the fees that has been paid for them by the clubs, I think it's really good, and these deals are really good in terms of finance and the impact that these players are gonna bring at their new club. So let's get right into it. At number 10, I have gone with Samuel Asende. He comes from Vizola to Augsburg for just 4 million euros. Augsburg, they really needed somebody to replace Demrovic, who has left the club, and I think signing Asenda was a very smart move. He has scored goals everywhere he has played. He's a really strong striker, our powerful presence in the box. He's really good with his head, almost 6 foot in height. His holder play is really good. He can bring in other players into the game with his holder play. He's really good with his feet as well. And I said a great finisher. And as you said, he has scored goals wherever he has played. And Augsburg needed that after they have lost Dramovic. So bringing him in, I think he's gonna score them a lot of goals. And just for 4 million euros, I think it's a very good deal. Of course, he's not a big name, so he might not be on a lot of people's top 10 list, but I think it's a very smart and shrewd signing by Augsburg. They have not spent spent that much money, and they have brought in a very good player in Ascender. At number 9, I have gone with Aaron Dingshi from Heidenheim to Freiburg for just 5 million euros. I think it's a very exciting signing made by Freiburg. They needed some additional power up front, and they have got and brought in Dingshi. He may not start that many games. I think he's gonna start a lot of games. Till now he's not. He has played just like a sub till now, but I think as the season goes on, he's gonna come in, and he's gonna be an important player of the squad. He's really good. He has a lot of pace. He can dribble past opponents very easily. He can play on either of the flanks. He can even come in and play as that false 9 as well. So that's like a really good signing for them, and he's quite young, just like 21-22 years of age. So you have got a good player in him, and just for 5 million euros. And I will be very honest, I think he's the type of the player that he's gonna stay at Freiburg for a couple of years, and then you are gonna see him move to a bigger German club, or maybe outside of Germany as well. I think a very good signing. And Freiburg, as I said, they need players like him, because they are going to be in a lot of competitions this year. So they need as many good players, as many goal scorers that they can. And I think Dingshi is going to be a very good signing for them. Again, as I said, with Sunday, not a big name, not many eyes on him, and a lot of people are not really taking this signing seriously. But I think he's going to be a very good signing for Freiburg, and it's going to be very crucial for them. Number 8, I have gone with Antonio Nusa, signed from Club Brugge by Leipzig for 21 million euros. And to be very honest with you, I am quite surprised that a lot of other clubs were not interested in him. I mean, he's just 19 years old, and he looks like a sensational player. You can see already the talent that the kid has. He's gonna go places. Amazing pace. He can dribble past any defenders. The way he drops his shoulders and moves forward and confuses the defenders, like it's a very good deal. Can cuts inside on the left hand side, likes to cut inside on the right, and score that goal from that angle. Like, it's a brilliant signing. Can play on either of the flanks, can play as a number 10 as well. So I think Leipzig have got a great signing in Antonio Nusa, and he has already shown what he can do in the Bundesliga this season. So I think it's going to be a very good signing. This could turn out to be one of those signings that at the end of the season we sit and talk about, and say that this was a very underrated signing, a surprise signing, to be very honest with you. I think he's going to have a great season, and Leipzig, they have got a great player in Nusa in their ranks. I think it's going to be very important for them this year. At number 7, I've gone with Tim Kleindienst, coming from Heidenheim to Borussia Mönchengladbach for just 7 million euros. I think it's a very good signing. A lot of people are not like really talking about it, like because he's 29 years old, and I think it's the age factor, but I think it's a very good signing. He is a constant goal scorer, and his goal scoring record keeps on getting better and better as the year goes on. Like he's not scoring, he scored 15 plus goals last year for Heidenheim, and I think he's gonna get better this year with a better service at Gladbach. I think he's going to have a very good signing, and he could turn out to be one of the dark horses for that top goal scorer of the season this year, to be very honest. He has already scored 2 goals in 2 league games, like instant impact from him. So I think he's a very smart signing. I think he's gonna have a lot of fun playing for Gladbach, and I think he's gonna score a lot of goals this season. And I think he will be one of the reasons if Gladbach try to get into that top half of the table. I think Client needs to have a good season, and in my opinion, I think he will have a good season, and he's gonna surprise a lot of people. Despite being 29, I think he will be very good for Gladbach. Number 6, I have gone with Armedin Demirovic. He's come from Augsburg to Stuttgart for 21 million euros, and I think it's a very great good signing by Stuttgart. They needed someone like him who is like a proven goal scorer, who is hungry to score goals, and he's like 21 or 22 years age, like that. He's quite young as well, and he's gonna get better with age. And I think he was really great for Augsburg last year, and he's gonna be really great for Stuttgart, especially with the style of play, like how Stuttgart like to play. He's gonna fit in perfectly. He plays as a striker, but he can play on either of the flanks if needed. If needed for the team, he can play as a number 10 as well. He can play as the second striker, so like he's quite versatile, and he has a pace. He's shooting, like his accuracy is like he's a very good. If you look at his stats, like if the shots on target and turning them into the goal ratio, like it's a very good for Demirovic. And as I said, he's just like 21 or 22, I'm not sure, like I think 21. He will be 22 this year, so like he's very young, and he's gonna get better. And I think Stuttgart have really gotten ahead and got a great deal, and just for 21 million euros, I think it's a steal. And again, just like I said about Kleindienst, I think he's gonna be a dark horse for that top goal scorer award. He has already scored 2 goals. He has provided an assist as well, so like he's working perfectly in tandem with the team. He has adjusted very well, and I think he's going to have a very good season for Stuttgart as they try to stay in that Champions League places. And because last year they were the surprise package, finishing a second, they would like to they would hope to replicate that. And if that has to happen, then he needs to be there. He needs to score a lot of goals, and the way they have started and the way he has started, I think it's going to be a very good signing for Stuttgart, and a great year of football for Demirovic as well. Number 5, I've gone with João Palhinha, second most expensive signing in Bundesliga this year, from Fulham to Bayern Munich for about 51 million euros. I mean, Bayern have spent a really a good amount. Oh, come on. Number 5, I've gone with João Palhinha from Fulham to Bayern Munich for 51 million euros, second most expensive signing of Bundesliga this year. And I think like Bayern have really spent the cash on him, and I think he's a player that you would want to spend your money on if you get the chance. A great player in the midfield. Bayern really needed somebody of his presence, a tall physical guy who can break down the play, break the opposition moves quite quickly, quite comprehensively, without making those stupid tackles. The way he just breaks down play, gets the ball back. He's really good in possession as well. And what I liked him about him at Fulham was the moment he gets the ball, he's looking to start the counter attack for his own team. And I think Bayern, with the players that they have and the pace that they have now, they are like Olise and Musiala and all those players up front. They would love a player like Palhinha who can just get the ball from the opposition and make that a great pass that starts the counter attack for Bayern Munich. Company would be very happy with this signing, and I'm like he's going to be a very good player for Bayern Munich. No wonder they paid a good amount of money for him. And the only reason I have put him down at number 5 is, I think it's just because of his age. And even though he can play a good amount of 2-3 years or even 4 years of good football, I just think the other players who I think are going to have more of an impact than João Paulinho. But I still think a great signing for Bayern Munich. Number 4, I've gone with Alex Garcia, 18 million euros from Girona to Bayer Leverkusen, and I think he's the type of the player that Xavi Alonso would dream of. I mean, perfect in possession and almost impossible to take the ball away from him. He's always available for a pass. He loves to get into it. Like he's the type of player that when he has the ball, you know, anything can happen at the moment. Like he always has this ability. If you watch him play, it looks like he always has that extra second. He's like a perfect player for Bayer Leverkusen and Xavi Alonso. He can dictate the play from that midfield. He like the way he tackles. The thing that I like the most about him, that when he tackles, you know, it's not gonna be foul. Like it's very rare that he commits a foul. He takes away the possession very quickly, and then he starts those counter attacks. He likes to take the corners as well. He's a master at set pieces as well. He can score those long range goals in the middle from the middle of the park as well. So I think a great signing for Leverkusen, and he could be sort of a successor to Granit Xhaka. At the moment, they both of them are playing at the same time. But I think in the future, you would say like as Xhaka gets older and starts to play less and less, Garcia is going to go ahead and take his role and become the main man in midfield for Bayer Leverkusen. A great signing, and just for 18 million euros, like a steal, to be very honest, a steal, literal steal in my opinion. At number 3, it's Serhou Guirassy, and I mean from Stuttgart to Borussia Dortmund for 18 million euros. I mean, for a guy who scored 30 plus goals last year, for you to go ahead and get him for just 18 million euros. I mean, that's what more could you ask for? He may be like 29 years of age, like he may be on the late 20s and whatever, but like the way he is playing, the way he has improved the last couple of seasons, having like the best scoring form he has in his entire career. I think it's a very good signing for Dortmund, and they are gonna be very happy with it. I think he's gonna have a big impact at Dortmund with Nuri Sahin coming in. He's going to be very crucial for them. He's going to score goals, there is no doubt about that. I think it's going to be a big signing. I'm just waiting for him to start playing, and you are gonna see the results that come out from it. Like and the thing with this signing is, like, not only have they signed an important player, a great player, as I said, 30 plus goals last season. It's not an easy task, doesn't matter which team you play for. And not only have they brought him a good player, they have weakened their rivals in Stuttgart, who would, as I said, they would want to replicate their last season's performance and try to get back into that top 4, try to finish in top 2, or maybe try to challenge for the title as well. But Dortmund have weakened them quite a bit, and getting Guirassy, I think, a very good signing. He's gonna give them goals, and he will be perfect for Nuri Sahin and Dortmund again, just for 18 million euros. I think Dortmund got lucky because of his age. That played a key role in getting him for such a cheap price. But I think it will be a very good signing for them. And number 2, it is the most expensive signing of a Bundesliga this year, Michael Olise from Crystal Palace to Bayern Munich for 53 million euros. And I mean, what can I say about him? What a talent Olise is. He can do everything like you would want from your winger. He can make like he has the pace. He can dribble past you with ease. He can score those long range efforts. He can quite easily get a cut inside and shoot from there as well. He can play on the either side of the flank. He can run directly at your opponents. He can he can do everything. He has everything in his locker what you want from your winger. And he's just 22 years of age. Like, he can make that right wing position his own for years to come at Bayern. And the way he has already started, you can see that he has settled in perfectly at Bayern. It was a big loss for Crystal Palace. yes, they got a big amount for him, and you can see why Bayern paid that much. As I said, they have spent a good amount of money. They want to get back at the top, and I think Olise is going to be a very important if they want to get back at the top and become the Bundesliga champions. I'm like I really don't need to say that much about Olise, because like everybody knows how much of a great talent he is, and I think Bayern made a great move by going in and paying the fees early on, getting him into the squad and integrated him quite quickly before it turns out, you know, into sort of a battle with other clubs at transfer saga. They just went in, paid the money, and got their man, and I think he's going to repay them quite handsomely as well, with a good amount of performances. I'm very sure about that, to be very honest with you. Now at number one, the thing with it is like a lot of people are not going to be happy that I put him with and put him there, and a lot of people are not going to agree with that, because for a lot of people Olise is like the best Bundesliga signing this year. But for me, like I have chosen him, this player, because of the fees that the club has paid and the talent that this guy possesses, to just get him for such a small amount. I think that was a main factor in putting him at number one. It's a Maximilian Bier from Hoffenheim to Borussia Dortmund for just 19 million euros. I mean, that is a steal. What a great signing by Dortmund. 21 years old, young German striker. He is he's like the big next prospect in German football. The way he just moves at the striking position, like he's amazing talent. He can play on either of the flanks. He can play as in a two striker, like in a 4-4-2. He can play as the sole striker as well. The runs he makes behind the defenders, like his movement on and off the ball, he has pace as well. He's a perfect signing. And in the team like Dortmund, and the way that Nuri Sahin and Dortmund play, that you need those players who can move consistently. You don't have any specific position for you, so I think he's gonna be he's gonna be very crucial for them, and he's gonna do a great job for them. There are like, you already have they have signed two players in Pierre and I forgot the guy's name. Just now we were talking about him. Yeah, but they have signed to a good striker in so they are gonna have a good chemistry. Like as I said, he can play on either of the flanks. He can play as a number 10. He can play as the second striker. So I think they might play both of them as well. Like he's gonna be perfect for them. Like I'm very excited to see how he plays for Pierre. For Dortmund, sorry, and I think he's gonna score a lot of goals for Dortmund. There are question marks about him, that maybe he will not start, but I don't think so. I think he's gonna start a lot of games and he's gonna score a lot of goals. I might be wrong in this regard. Maybe I should have not put him on number one. Maybe he should not have made the top 3 or top 5 list. But for me, like, he's a great signing for Dortmund, and I think a lot of people are just sleeping on him at the moment. And at the end of the season, a lot of people are gonna talk about Biel. I personally think he's a great talent, and Dortmund have struck gold on this one. To be very honest with you, I'm really impressed, especially the amount that they have paid, like 19 million euros for such a great player. Amazing one. So yeah, that is it for me. These are my top 10 transfers in the Bundesliga. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my list? Do you think somebody else should have been in the list? Who do you think out of these 10 is gonna have a better season? Who do you think is the best signing out of these two? Or these 10, sorry. Let me know in the comment section below, and of course like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subscribers before the month of September ends. We have crossed the 150-160 mark, so let's make sure and let's achieve our target by getting to 300 subs. Until next time, bye bye.